very much. I first came in contact with Ethan Strimling in 1996. I was Secretary of State, and it was in May, actually. And I got a call from this person who said he did not agree with my most recent interpretation of election law, and he would like to have me change it because he was running the campaign, I should know, of Dale McCormick for Congress, and that I should get that done as soon as possible. And I said, this is an absolute true story, and I said, well, I'm not going to do that. And he said, do you know who I am? This is the gospel, I'll never forget it. And I said, no, I am Ethan Strimling. True story. So I said, Ethan Strimling, the answer's still no, and hung up. So then I had my prejudices and my biases against him. Of course, I thought I knew all about him based on that one phone call. And then I decided to run for the Senate again in 2004, got elected, and came into that Senate with some real concerns about this person. In fact, I got a call from Joy O'Brien, Secretary of the Senate. She says, I have good news and bad news. So the good news is because of your legislative tenure, you get to sit in the back row, which we all want to do. The bad news is your seatmate is Ethan Strimling. So, again, I brought all these biases, but then I quickly learned that Ethan was altogether different than what I thought. Now, he and I represent different constituencies. I represent Hollis and Standish and Casco and people in the rural areas, and he doesn't, just the opposite. But I found he had his heart in the right place. I found that he was a man of character, and I found that he was a man that could bring opposing sides together, which he's done in the Senate time and time again, most recently with the most conservative senator on the Republican side. He and Ethan have developed what I think is a real beginnings to some good tax reform. He has that ability. Disagree with Ethan on his tax policy or his gun policy or on all kinds of policies. But that's not what's important to me. What's important to me is the man's character. And Ethan has huge character. And what's important to me is a man I can trust who's going to represent me in Congress. And when Ethan tells me something, I believe it because he's never ever lied to me. And I've seen that happen time and time again. If I'm going to be in the proverbial foxhole of all the senators in the Maine Senate, he's the guy I want with me. So when people say to me, why are you supporting Ethan Strimling? It's two reasons. One, first off, they don't know who he really is if they're asking me that question. But secondly, he has the characteristics that we need in Congress. And I trust him, and I think he's going to have the people of Maine in his heart to all the people of Maine to take care of, and I really hope you'll all support Ethan.